Welcome to another edition of Commission Corner. I am your host, Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers, and today we have a special segment for you. We will talk about emergency preparedness, especially when it comes to our neurodivergent community. It's very important for us in Miramar to learn about what's important and what you need to do in case of an emergency. So I have two special guests with me, Kathy and Betsy. So Kathy, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
And Betsy, thank you for being here as well.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
It's good. I know you guys have a lot in store for our community,
Yes,
and I know you guys have a lot to share about emergency preparedness, especially for our neurodivergent community.
Yes.
So Betsy, tell us a little bit about the neurodivergent community, because I'm learning a lot. And I'm learning this new word, and I'm grateful to be learning it because there's so many things fall under neurodivergent. So just tell us a little bit about that.
So briefly, neurodivergent is basically the umbrella, if you will. Think of it as an umbrella. It includes people with sensory sensitivities. It includes people with autism, ADHD, a whole realm of different diagnoses, and we refer to them as neurodivergent because they have specific needs. So that's what we're here to discuss today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. You know, and I think that we as a family, sometimes we fail to prepare.
Yes.
And having the correct information, how to prepare for your family is important, especially when you're raising young children.
Absolutely.
And of course, when you're raising children that have those special needs.
Yes.
So I see both of you here, and Kathy,
Yes.
how did you guys get together and start showcasing and teaching family how to better prepare for themselves and their loved ones?
Well, as both special needs parents, we came together because we realized there was a need in the community. And so as a parent, as neurodivergent, we're always trying to stay on top of everything. We realized in case of emergency, there was nothing out there to really help us and support. And the idea of having to, let's say, evacuate during a hurricane for a neurodivergent family, it's nerve-wracking. So we're like, okay, what can we do? We came together. She has the therapeutic side. I'm more of an artistic side. And we joined together and created the Ready Set Backpack. It's a tool to help parents and families during these unfortunate emergencies and how to prepare.
And
Yes.
all different emergency.
All
Yes.
different emergency. Just like the neurodivergent umbrella, same thing. The Ready Set Backpack tool is all different emergency that may come. And so what to do to help. It may not take away the stress, but it's definitely going to help you be a little bit more prepared.
You know,
Yes.
and I like the fact that you guys came together and working together so well, and now you guys are doing different things in all over the different community.
Yes.
Yes.
But we want people to know what you guys are doing, how they can showcase. You guys can see what you guys are doing. So I see you brought some stuff here. You got a bag, you got a microphone, you got a bear over there.
Yes.
Just tell us
Sure, I can.
about the stuff.
We're going to walk you through a
Walk
couple of the
me
things.
through the whole thing, and
Yes.
not just me.
Yeah.
The family out there. You're gonna walk
Yes.
through this thing here.
Absolutely.
So the first thing that we normally do is we take a profile, a sensory profile of the child, which is answered by the parent. That's how each backpack is customized specifically for that family. Every child has needs when it comes to sensory needs. So we have what we call a sensory snapshot. This is just a printout, but this is questions that parents would need to answer. So for example, when it comes to sensory needs, you may have a child that avoids, that is a sensory avoider, so avoids certain sounds or certain different parts of their senses they may avoid. You have sensory seekers, maybe they seek the sound, maybe they seek the touch, etc. So, and then you also have a mixed profile, which can include both a seeker and an avoider. And the way that works is with the questions that we ask each family, it gives us or guides us into knowing what items fit into the backpack. So since I come from a therapeutic background, I'm the one who usually goes through that, and I tell Kathy, okay, so this child has, sensory needs when it comes to vision, etc. And Kathy automatically thinks of an item and figures out what item would be best to serve that need. right? And then, so for example, I can show this bear here. This is a bear. It looks like a regular plushie,
Right.
but believe it or not, it has uh, scents in there. So it has lavender, if I'm not mistaken. You can
Yes.
change the scents. It's also weighted, and you can also heat it up where it can be warm. So this actually helps with 3 of the senses that the child can use as a way to calm down with the weight. They can use it as a sense of smell for their olfactory sense, which is the lavender scent. And then also, too, if it's heated, it helps with touch as well. So it can bring comfort to a child that has those needs.
Right. So if they're touching it, they would feel that little
Yes.
warmness.
Correct.
And that would help.
Correct.
And if you know your child, what kind of scent the child like, then that would be
Correct.
inside of that bear.
And the thing is, we also have to think about certain things can be triggering, right? So, for example, certain kids may be triggered by certain smells. Her son, for example, who has a diagnosis of autism, he loves lavender. It actually helps him calm down. And lavender is known to help you calm down
Right.
and help you sleep, etc. My daughter, same thing. So, depending on the child's sensory profile, which is again created by the sensory snapshot that we have, it automatically tells us the need, and we can replace it with that particular item, which eventually fits in the backpack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And she has more items to show too.
Yeah, Kathy,
So-
I see you have more items
I
there.
have more items. So everything in the backpack, the most important thing is to meet the child or the adult, because can also go to adult, and give them an understanding, meet them where they're at. They like to know what's happening, and because they like to know what's happening, we create a social story for them. So, and the social story is custom made for them, and their understanding, meeting them where they're at. So this backpack is not a big scary thing that comes out with bad moments. No, we want to make it so that it's something that they know can help them, can speak for them.
Yes.
So in this case, this family wanted to really focus on hurricane season. So because the child really gets really worried when the weather gets a little dark outside, and it's very hard to explain to a child at that age. So we created He is a Reporter. So this social story, he has a little story that the parents go over with them. It doesn't have to be one time. It could be an ongoing social story. And so he likes to play dress up. So we'll do like he's a little reporter. He'll get press release, everything to make it a fun, but at the same time, he's learning. He knows what's in the backpack, and if the story says, if I have a need, if I feel something, I can go to my backpack, and my backpack speaks for me.
Yes.
So it's really important for them to have an understanding.
Okay, I'm learning something. So the backpack is not just for the parents to have for the child. It's also for the child to learn what's in the backpack.
Yes.
Correct.
Oh.
Correct.
That's amazing.
It's important for them to know and be able to advocate for themselves.
Okay.
Because you never know what the emergency is, and if the child is the parent or the caretaker is not there at that moment, they know how and what can speak for them.
So you can be anywhere, and the child trigger some type of emergency trigger, and the child know that you have the backpack,
Correct.
and they know to go to the backpack.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's custom made for them, so that everything there helps really help their sensory needs that they have.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
So she provided an example actually of a child who speaks. So for a child who's at a different level, I could take my daughter as an example. She's semi-verbal. She does not use a device to speak, but she has some words. Her backpack would include a communication board. A communication board is basically a sheet of paper, something sturdy that the person can point to at times that they need or they have specific needs. Maybe it'll have certain foods on there. Maybe it'll have needs such as needing to go to the restroom or etc. So each child, again, depending on their level, depending on their tier, we automatically customize it for them so that if for any reason the parent, for whatever reason, there's an emergency, the parent's not there, and the caregiver at that time can just grab that backpack, and that backpack can speak for itself. It could speak for the child. So it also includes other items such as an emergency card, which has the child's information, whether they speak verbally or if they're not verbal. But it has a lot of different items that cater to every sense of the child.
So a normal person would look at a backpack and see it as just a backpack. But to the neurodivergent family, this is more than a backpack.
Absolutely.
This can be a life-changing and life-saving backpack.
Yeah.
And I know you have more items in here. This one is a clear backpack, but is there a certain color that parents would prefer to have, or just a clear backpack is just good enough?
There's a reason you can have a regular dark, fabric backpack. The reason I chose clear is because in an emergency, sometimes we need to grab something quickly, and that way it gives us ability to look at everything quickly inside. It's also water resistant because we never know what type of emergency
Correct.
they may have, so it's water resistant. But because it's custom designed, if there's a child that may not want their things exposed, and so we will respect them in that, and then I will get a cloth one as well. Maybe there's a child that doesn't like bright colors, so then we'll respect that. So that's all kind of questions that we will ask before helping them build the backpack.
Yes.
So all of this is important for family to know these little details, because I'm learning so much. And just by a child might not want a clear backpack. And they might not want a very bright color either.
Yeah.
Correct.
So is there anything else in the backpack you want to share with us? Or
Well, let's say for this child in particular, that because we created this for hurricane purpose, the thought of this parent going to a shelter and losing power, one of the things that they decided, okay, what if they lose power? I can't see my child in the dark. So we have a glow-in-the-dark tape that goes on the fabric of their clothing, in the back of their clothing. So that way the child it doesn't bother them in front, because a lot of kids that are sensory sensitivity don't want to. That would drive them crazy to see something on them. But if I put the tape behind them,
Yes.
it's not going to bother, and they'll help the parent, give them a sense of tranquility, a little bit more relaxed, that if they run, they're able to see the child.
Wow.
So that's just a small little glimpse of something they can have. Also, I have one of my favorite pieces inside. It's like a tent that pops up. It doesn't take a lot of space, and if the child really want their own space in their own in a shelter or a family home, if they have to evacuate, it pops up and they can go into their own space in their own comfort corner.
And they can close it up
And it's
Yeah.
Wow.
be
and have their little
so-
headsets on
Yes. So-
to cancel noise.
Yeah, the
Amazing.
emergency is still going to happen, but why not help them make it a little bit smoother? So this will
Yes.
help them.
You know, a
Exactly.
simple thing as an emergency, and I know we all sometimes, if we hear the hurricane is coming, or maybe it's just a smoke, a fire burning
Yeah.
somewhere, the pipe burst in the house gets flooded, you have to
Yes.
leave the house. You have to have something to grab to go with you
Correct.
for your children or your family, you know. And sometimes it's medicine, you know. You have a elderly parent at home or a child that's sick. You gotta be able to find those things.
Yeah.
And to have a backpack where you can have everything in there, you know where it is, you know where to get it and how to go, and make sure you have everything to keep that child comfortable.
Yes.
To have you guys here to talk about this and to make sure that family who are watching get this information. And I know you guys go different places and do different things, and the whole idea is to empower parents and family as to their neurodivergent family member.
Well, they definitely can visit our website.
Okay.
Yes, you can visit our website, and you can visit us on social media as well. We update our website and our social media with any upcoming events or workshop we have. We have ongoing workshops that cover emergency situations, plus other neurodivergent
Related
topics that can definitely help the community.
Yes.
Right. Speaking of workshops, I know you guys doing a lot of workshops, and City of Miramar is so fortunate to have you guys going to be doing a workshop with us right here in the City of Miramar, in our commission chamber. And I know this is coming up very soon. So let's talk about that and what that looked like, which is April 6th from
Yes,
2
we're
p.m.
super
to 4 p.m.
excited. Yes.
All right, I got it right. Okay, so let's tell us about that.
We're super excited. This April 6th from 2 to 4, we have the Emergency Ready Backpack workshop. And we would love to invite all the caregivers, all the grandparents. We want everybody to come down. Betsy and I will be there,
Yes.
and we will be helping teach everyone how to create a backpack on their own.
Yes.
And we have also
We have a special guest. We have experts from the National Hurricane Center coming for the first time.
First time.
And first time in Miramar. They will be teaching a segment on emergency preparedness, specifically with upcoming hurricane season. But as we know, this is a backpack for any emergency. But in addition to that, after the April 6th workshop, we'll also be joining you guys at your Autism Resource Fair.
Okay, absolutely. That's April 18th. We will have a
Yes.
resource fair for every family at our event at the Miramar Amphitheater, Miramar Regional Park. April 18th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. All different type of resources. So make sure you put that on your calendar as well. But before you do that, April 6th,
Yes.
right here at Miramar Town Center, 2300 Civic Center Place. Come on out and get the help you need for your family. Because these two young ladies will be here.
Yes,
They
we
start
will.
on time. They start at 2, they finish at 4. So if you could get here a little early, that would really appreciate it. Just come early so you can be with this two lovely young lady. And you will learn about the stuff to put in your backpack for your family and other stuff that they have. They're not giving everything today, but there's going to be a lot of surprises. You want to
Yes.
be here at the Miramar Town Center, April 6th, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. So make sure you're here early. So you guys are throughout Broward County, or you go Dade County, Palm Beach County, or?
We serve pretty much everywhere. I personally have served anywhere from Florida all the way up to Virginia myself. So I've been doing this for a while. This is, I personally do educational advocacy outside of doing this with Kathy, and she specifically does staging. So it's something that, again, this is a tool that we created as two moms that we know for a fact would be such a big need for families, but we hope this reaches families everywhere. It doesn't, it's not specifically just for people here in Florida or just into the Tri-County area, pretty much everywhere. Everyone is welcome.
And give us a little more, both of your background. I don't know
Sure.
if you want to, how this gets started, what's your background, how did you get into this?
Sure.
As a parent and as a resident of Broward County.
Well, I've been here in Florida for over 20 years. I am a speech and language pathologist, and around the time that my daughter got diagnosed, I was still practicing as a speech pathologist, and I decided to leave my career to take care of her because she required quite a bit of therapeutic services. At one point, we were doing about 40 hours of therapeutic services a week, 6 different therapies. Wow. So that led me to advocacy, which is pretty much, I started with the Partners in Policy Making program, which taught me a lot about special needs law and advocating for our children, creating bills that are an advantage for that community. And then I went back to school and did my master's in developmental disabilities. And I decided to basically start Mom Services. And Mom Services helps parents get connected with resources. It helps parents with education. As she said, we do a lot of workshops. And it also helps parents advocate for their children within the school system, because a lot of parents are not aware of all of the rights that their child has, and I help parents really ensure that their child is receiving all the services that they need in the school system as well.
Thank you so much. I mean,
No,
you're an amazing
my pleasure.
mother, an amazing wife.
Thank you.
And know you're an amazing community advocate.
Thank you.
That's incredible.
Thank you.
Kathy.
Well, my background is a little bit different. My background is actually in retail business and staging. So my background for over 25 years, when you go into a retail store in July and it feels like Christmas, and you're like, why does it feel, the smell, the lighting? That's what I helped. I did that for many years. And then I had my son, which was diagnosed with autism. And as one autistic mom to another, a neurodivergent mom to another, we always trying to see what we can do to help our children. And so when my son started showing a lot of sensory sensitivity, I'm like, what can I do? My background is not in therapy. My background is in art things and putting things together. But give a mom an issue and mom was gonna somehow solve it. And so I started staging for my son. What does that mean? Let's say if I had to take my son to get a haircut, it was always a whole show. He did not like it. I started realizing, okay, it's a sound, it's a smell, it's everything. Okay, what can I do? So I started recreating in my living room. It looked like a hair salon. So I will really quickly came to realize that the little toys that we would buy him to play like haircut, he knew there was toys. So I said, okay, I'm gonna bring real items and start joining him and doing sensory stories. And little by little, he was letting me cut his hair.
Wow.
And we would go to the hair salon. Let's say if I went to the dentist and I created the dental office, I would take him to the dentist and he's like, okay, Mom, you can do it. I'm like, wait a second, I think I'm onto something. So I realized if I met him where he was and then showed him what was going to happen and he was aware of it, it wasn't this big scary thing. And so that's how I created Safe Space Staging. I started staging for him, and his therapist would come and go, what are you doing different? And that's how this came about. And then I met this young lady here, and we put our minds together because two moms are really on a mission to create really great things. And that's how we realized there was another need. Yeah. And that's where we came up with this tool and other workshops and things.
So one have to be patient, be gentle, be kind. Sitting here talking about this, for me, it's cut really deep because I remember going to school and back in school in the community back in Jamaica, and we dismiss a lot of children who might have a disorder. We beat them, we don't know how to deal with it. And for you guys as parents, to learn and given this information, because myself, as a child, I didn't hear well, and, they would call me names and pick on me, and I'm sure other children who didn't see well or, maybe have, a little bit of learning disorder, it was horrible. And myself, a lot of us didn't know better and know how to handle it. I didn't get hearing aid until I was like in my late 50s when I got elected to the City of Miramar, and I realized I couldn't hear well on the desk. So that's when I went out and got them. Wow. And something like that, as simple that could have been treated from way back then, we're not knowing. And when you're not knowing, it's horrible when you're not knowing. I mean, your family don't know. It even make it worse because they can't help you. You can't help yourself as a child. And to have this in our community, two mothers experienced a child with disability and decide to come together, work together, and put things together to help other families. This is a tremendous, tremendous blessing.
I think it starts with education too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Our parents maybe unfortunately didn't have enough resources or education to know what to do. And as a parent, you make your choice to do it a little bit differently for your child and your child's future. So that's why we value doing these workshops, because it's such an important part of parents not only understanding, but also parents being able to put certain things into practice. And some parents don't know that when your child is getting therapeutic services, they're supposed to educate you as well. They're supposed to do parent education with you on a weekly basis or monthly basis, whichever it may be, and it's just very important.
Right. And I must say, we are living in a country where we have a little bit more resources than where a lot of us are from. and we should take advantage of that. We should make every effort to learn how to take care of your family and provide for them.
Yeah.
And I want to thank you guys so much for coming in and sharing
Thank
this.
you.
As simple as a
Thank
backpack,
you.
simple as a teddy bear, and a microphone with a card and a badge. Anything else you
Yes.
guys want to share? And maybe you might want to tell folks how to reach you again and make sure they
Sure.
can connect.
They can connect with us on social media. For myself, it's Mom Services on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and Facebook. And Kathy?
And if you come to my social media posts, you can also find in my bio so that you can get the ticket to come to the event on April 6th and come and see us. So on Instagram, Safe Space Staging, and on Facebook, Safe Space Staging.
Yep.
Yes.
Thank you guys once again, and thank you for the partnership. I'm
you.
so
Absolutely.
looking forward to April 6th so I can continue to learn and grow with this community. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you for watching. Please come on out April 6th at the Town Center from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. right here at Miramar Town Center. I am Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.